How do you feel about doing an interview about the paranormal?
I'm really excited. I really like the paranormal. I have since I was a kid. I've always spent a lot of time looking at like ghost stories, vampire stories, like night creature stories.
I think it's definitely an interesting concept because it's not something that's like regularly done unless you're in like certain circles. I think it's definitely something that's interesting, and I think that it's very novel.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience and where did it happen?
I have a ghost story, yes. It's a legend from a little town in Nova Scotia um, called Antigonish. There is this university called St. X, and there's this old residence that used to be an all-female residence, and the girls in the residence were brought up by nuns, and in the hopes that they would become nuns as well. And the legend goes that they were not treated really fairly, and so they were locked in their rooms when they did something wrong. And so often, students claim to still hear the girls whispering in the hallway, running to the bathroom, or little whispers in the bathroom, or keys unlocking rooms. That's my ghost story.
Yes, I remember this recently. It happened 2016, and that year was like a really rough year. I lost two grandparents, and one of my grandfathers was buried on my birthday, and none of my parents were in the island that day. So I was having a really rough August, and I remember I was at the bathroom at a beach meeting some friends. We had to talk. And I was there early, I was just washing my hands, and this old lady, she was dressed as a janitor. She came in and I said, "Hello, good afternoon." She said, "Hello, good afternoon, how are you?" And she just looked at me and started talking, like, she asked me like various questions, like, "How are you doing? You look a little down. What do you do?" She started giving me all these like life lessons, like, you know how old people are sometimes, they just talk for no reason. But I felt really good, and I turned around to dry my hands. I just turned to grab some paper, and when I turned back around, she was gone. And yeah, it's like, where'd she go?
Like when I was a teenage in high school, and my mom and I go to another city, and for just something like the business trip, everything in front of us is just feels like dark. And in Asian country, some people, it's not some people, a lot of people say, if you enter the new hotel, you need to knock the door before you come in. And we didn't do that. We just entered the room normally. And after a few minutes, I feel tired. I just fall asleep, and I didn't even know when I fall asleep. And before I sleep, I feel someone put their hands, maybe his hand or her hand, I'm not sure. Is that it? And I know something can happen. And I tell myself, oh God, I have to wake up right now, but I cannot do it. During the few days, everything was not going smoothly. Just something like, just everything messed up, kind of. And I remember that night, like the midnight, around 12:45 a.m. Because tomorrow I have class. I just tell myself, okay, I need to sleep. But before that, I heard some noise around the window. I don't know what noise actually, because it shouldn't happen. After that, I heard some music. I thought I didn't turn off my phone. I just chill out, but my phone turned out. Okay, I just close my eyes to try to sleep again. So when I close my eyes, and the music start again. When I open my eyes, it's just stop over and over again. My mom just come to my bedroom and tell me, "Oh, don't worry about that. It's just a good sleep. Everything will be fine." Yeah, but after a few minutes, I just heard my mom say some bad words, and I just suddenly wake up and ask her what happened, and she told me, "Oh, we'll talk about it later, tomorrow, not now." I say, "Okay." And tomorrow, she tell me, after she tell me everything will be fine, don't worry about it. And she was about to sleep. She just saw someone just like pull her leg like this to another side. It was a guy. It's like from like 1930s maybe, around that. Wearing the old clothes, and the hairstyle is like the history stuff, kind of like that. So yeah, that's my story.
One that I remember vividly was when I was little, I saw a shadow person in my hallway. My bedroom when I was a kid was right across from the staircase, so I could see anybody that was coming up the stairs. And I remember one night I woke up and I saw a tall figure of a man coming up the stairs. And at first I thought it was my dad, but it wasn't. And then I remember it creeping closer and closer, and there was no body that went with it. It was just a perfect shadow of a tall man. And then I called out for my mom, and as soon as I called out for my mom, it went away and was gone. And my mom came into the room, and I told her what I saw. And she said, "Oh, it's just your imagination." And then she went away, and then it kind of appeared for another second, and then it was gone again. And then I went back to sleep.
I think I've only, I guess, had really one that would be sort of paranormal. I was in an antique fair with a couple of friends. We were probably 16, and I was at this booth, and there was this older lady selling some things. We were chatting a little bit, and at the end of the conversation, she goes, "Oh, do you know someone by this name?" And it was my great-granddad's name, and I said, "Oh, yeah, I do. How, where, why, how, what, why?" And she said, "Oh, well, you have a friend behind you, and that's his name." So that was probably as close as I've come to anything myself.
I had a few. So it's hard to say really things like I had a lot of night terrors when I was a child. So it's hard to say whether they were paranormal or not, but they certainly, I experienced them at the time, and I would have been quite young, as being paranormal. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to talk about this too much, but there was a thing in the corner of my room. To this day, I can't really talk about it that much. There was a thing.
If you could talk to the ghost in your experience, what would you say?
For that particular one, I would say get out.
I mean, I would love to talk to someone if they were from like, I don't know, 1700s. I just love to talk to someone that has like a completely different perspective on how life is, because it was so different back then.
I'd want to know why. Why are you here? Why are you connected to this house in this way? Are you connected to me in some way? Who are you? What's the afterlife like? Is there an afterlife? Where do we go next? Do you believe the ghosts are real?
Nope.
Why don't you believe ghosts aren't real?
Doesn't make any kind of rational sense to me. Any story I've heard, I've been able to explain to myself to my satisfaction. Been able to figure out what it really was. I walked through that building all times of the day and night. I've never heard a noise I couldn't explain or seen anything I couldn't explain, with the exception of one or two shows.
I think so. I am a big believer of all the stories that I've heard of other people, and there are many stories, so I don't think people just make things up. And so I do believe they're real, and yeah.
I think there's something out there. I don't know if it's a ghost or just something supernatural, but I do think there's something ghost-like.
All right, welcome to our check-in.
Yeah.
It's another group discussion time. I want to know what your guys' expectations are for tonight, I guess. What do you want out of tonight?
I didn't expect we can see the real ghost, but I think some weird thing will happen.
I don't know, to catch something on camera.
Yeah,
I think on camera will be the issue. Yeah.
but I hope that some of us can feel something.
I think like more than just like, it's not for me about capturing something on camera, something spooky. I think just being here in this building, there's something about it. I don't know. There's a feeling I'm feeling, at least. That's something that I haven't felt before.
Did you feel it?
Like, do you feel like overwhelmed?
No, I just feel like there's a presence.
Like, it might not even be about a physical ghost presence. It
No.
could be about like the presence of the history. Of
Yeah,
the building.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because this building does have a lot of history.
Yeah. CJ, your expectations?
Well, I don't think we're gonna catch anything at all on camera. I don't think that there's anything in here, but I think it's fun. It's fun to be in this building during the night. But if we catch something, hey, what the hell? But at all. But yeah, that was kind of creepy with the door earlier.
Is there anyone?
No.
I wish I had been filming, but I wasn't.
Okay, well, we can talk about it.
No, that's creepy as fuck.
There's one thing that I work security here at night, and I do feel different when I come to this building.
Do you want to be
Back on
interviewed?
CJ.
What?
Yeah,
Bro,
so
you're
can you tell us what happened, CJ?
Okay, well, we were walking by this door and it went I didn't do that.
It closed.
Yeah, but I thought it was closed.
No. It was like CJ
Oh.
move it away. It was like
We'll recreate it.
it was like this, and then it went.
Yeah, I really wish I had been filming.
I will admit.
Yeah.
That was.
We're gonna be talking about that for like weeks.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's probably not. But it could be something.
But it's night and there was no one in the hall.
There's no.
But
And it didn't do it again. when we
if
were
that
trying to
happened during the
recreate it.
day, you'd be like, oh, that's just someone walking by.
Well, you might be, but that's because there would be people to walk by.
But it's just us. We were all in the same room.
Honestly, I thought it's Kat is our.
No, yeah, Kat.
No,
I
there's
don't
no
know if that's
cat.
our security.
Yeah.
I thought it was Kat
Person.
trolling
Kat
us,
was.
pranking.
I thought it was just air.
But like even when like, cause you started walking back.
Yeah,
I
no,
tried to,
I thought she was yanking. I was like, all right, come on. That's why I checked.
Yeah.
It was strange.
But even like when we recreated it and like you walked past the door a bunch of times, even the draft didn't do anything.
Yeah, so.
Terry, your expectations, your hopes for tonight?
I just hope to get some good video. I don't want to capture any ghosts. I'm not about that. If we do, oh well, I'll be gone. But
The two of us will leave.
but yeah, I just hope to get some good video. Something really nice to show.
Yeah. Who knows, right?
I don't know.
How do you guys feel about the way this fits into our project? Like, if we catch ghosts, if we don't catch ghosts, how does that fit into our what are ghosts narrative?
I mean, I think it's an interesting aspect to have.
In terms of how this would fit into it, I think even if we don't catch like a ghost or whatever, I think the idea of like the history is the ghost.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool.
Well, like ALESSIA said, like you feel something when
Yeah.
you're in here. It's not necessarily like a specter, but like there's like a presence. Like,
It's just like all the people that have been here
right.
year after year, you know, there's something.
Okay, this is really dark because I don't have the camera. Why have you oohed?
Look at the stairs, they're channel.
Jeez. Oh wow, I really don't like it. I can hear the clock like ticking.
Yeah, it's kind of like. You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen that photo? It's like one of those. I think it's from. I don't know where it's from. I think it's from the Amityville Horror, like the house. And there's a kid.
This is
Jesus Christ.
yeah,
The
this
people showed it.
this is literally like a horror game. Come look at it through my phone.
Yeah, it's creepy. And that chair keeps fucking shifting.
Well, I don't know if it's the chair like where you're standing.
Okay, 3.
Bro. No, because if I shift over here, it makes a sound over here. Do you feel like you're having a conversation with a ghost?
Well, it was a little worrying that that chair was the only one that like creaked. How are you doing today? At about, I think it's 3 minutes to midnight. It's probably closer to 2 now. When that goes off, I'll probably piss myself.
Yeah, I don't even know where I want to be standing. I mean, I'm actually gonna get scared, I think.
Oh, when it goes on?
Yeah.
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ!
Gee, oh my god, I need to stand next to you.
What was that?
The clock?
It was not the clock. Was
I
it? I thought it was
yeah.
the door next to the clock.
No, I think it was the clock. I think it, maybe every minute it makes the sound of the hand moving.
I thought that was rattling on the door.
Oh no, I don't like this. This little, oh geez.
Yeah.
Can you come stand over there with me?
Why? I'm sick?
Cause you can be like seen from there.
Oh, do you want me to be like in the shot?
No, I want to not be scared. Actually, I'm a little spooked now.
Well, now I'm very worried for that. Was that the Oh no, it's still 2 minutes to midnight. Unless that's fast. Can I go look?
Yeah, I guess. You want to get close to it and then it's gonna like ding.
So we are enclosed in here. I don't think anyone's here with us.
No, it's just us. Can you put your like phone flashlight over on it again? Yeah, that really does look like you're playing a horror game.
Looks like we were just. Okay, it's 11:59, so get ready.
Okay. It wasn't as scary as all the creaks have been.
Well, I definitely wouldn't want to work. If I had to patrol in this place, I would probably die. All right. So it's my turn to go in the chapel. I'm not sure what time, it's a little bit past midnight, about 10 past midnight, I'd say. So now it's October 20th. So I am alone in here with the lights off, except the signs, the entrance and exit signs. So it is more eerie. Izzy just had an experience where she heard a step at the altar.
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but as I was walking forward, I heard a footstep, and it was not mine. I've been in here for 5 minutes now. I feel very uncomfortable. I'm going to leave.
So I suppose I'll start over here. I want to make sure I'm respectful. It is quite beautiful, though. Churches are always something. Wow. Ah! Fuck! Oh my god. All right. Ah. There was a noise over there, and I am terrified. All right, it is now the 20th of October at approximately 1:55 a.m. So we've been here now since 10,
Yeah.
We've been here for like 4 hours.
and we've seen some things, we've heard some things.
Oh, we feel something.
We feel things.
We feel things.
We did feel things.
So I wanted to check in about how everyone's night has been so far, but before that, I just have some things I need to mention before I forget.
Mhm.
It wasn't filmed, but on CJ and I's way back from that hallway at midnight, that would be the phone video that I took,
Mhm.
whether or not it gets added to the movie. On our way back to home base, which has become McGreer 100. There's a printer that was off all night, but as we were walking by, it kind of,
It was on, and it was like active.
yeah,
It was like like it wasn't printing, but it was like it was weird.
it was making some noise.
And then when I went to go do my investigation of the principal's like area, which I don't know, might be added. I don't know. Nothing really happened either with Izzy or a spoiler, but it was off. Okay, I just want to make a note before I start that this was turned on before and now it's turned off. And when I went to the chapel, I was like that, and like yeah.
Walking into the chapel, it felt like I got like hit in the chest or something.
I didn't have any initial reactions, but it was definitely like just eerie, like uneasy feeling.
After falling down the stair, I did feel nervous in the chapel, but like before midnight in the principal's wing, I think was the most eerie place.
When I get volunteered by my dear uncle to be president, you know, like the army, I could volunteer.
Yeah.
And so I come here more often to see what's going on. And every once in a while, you'll see somebody here laying on the ground on what would be where their family member would be buried as a casket, and just looking up into the sky, which is interesting. There's a few that are smoking pot too, but that's something else. And then sometimes there's some people that have a party every year.
Okay.
We have one gentleman, his son died very young. He puts a Coors Light can every year on his grave, so that's kind of neat. But when you want sort of strange things, it's kind of bizarre, but as a casket eventually disintegrates, as you're mowing the lawn or whatever, it sort of falls into the ground. So you have that little, are they trying to get out?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So there's a level of haunted.
Okay.
So you drive along, you get surprises. But nothing's ever grabbed us, but it's kind of different.
Has anyone ever like seen anything?
It's like, people say, have you ever seen Memphre? And everybody says yes, but we're not sure time of the day or night or if there was any beverages involved.
Right.
No, I wouldn't say anything. It's just sometimes it's very, when you get the full moon the other night, it was very majestic here, and it was just, it's probably the time that the ghosts and goblins might come out. I don't know. But there's a lot of history here, and there's a lot of neat people that ended up here. There's people that died of natural causes and not natural causes. We had one event where our manager running this place had somebody come in on Saturday with a van and a trailer.
Yeah.
And in the trailer was a casket, and he came to bury his father. So we couldn't quite do it then because we don't know who's in the casket. Is it the right person in the casket? So you sometimes get very strange things. And when it comes to death in cemeteries, everybody has their own traditions and they have their own ways of dealing with it. And we get a lot of people walking around here, not necessarily because any family members are here, but it's just very peaceful.
Yeah.
And which is kind of neat. So why don't we walk down here a little more and I'll show you whatever I'm going to show you.
Sure. Yeah.
And I suppose that would be the ghost that once you're buried, you come out and move on upwards. Maybe that's the best ghost around here.
Common saying, they'll live on in our memories.
And there's a partner of his. It's Mr. Bryant. Bryant, my grandfather and Mr. Bryant, they survived Vimy Ridge and Passchendaele and came back to speak about it. So when they both came back here, my grandfather started the plumbing business in Lennoxville, and Mr. Bryant started the soft drink company called Bull's Head Ginger Ale. If you've ever seen it in the store. Yep, they both came back from pretty wild battles. When I first saw somebody at the tree doing the thing, I thought maybe they're planting drugs for a drug bust. Turns out it didn't.
Why do you think ghosts appear?
I think that maybe, there's something in all of us that wants to be seen, wants to be acknowledged, cared for, loved. So if there is some remnants of someone left behind, I think that is a very fundamental human emotion to want to be acknowledged. So maybe that would carry over and we would witness that in the form of what we call ghosts.
I think that ghosts appear because maybe they're just chilling out. Like they're just like, if it's that echo, like I said, that maybe it's just like they don't realize that they're doing that. Maybe they are just existing. Like we exist. Why do we appear? Well, we have to live our lives. Like ghosts, maybe when they're just moving about in space, this is what they do.
In your opinion, what do you think ghosts are?
I think ghosts are energy.
Particular energy field.
But I think that they're all made up of some kind of energy, so good or bad energy.
I think there are different planes of energy, and I think people are energies and certain things give off certain energies.
But I think that creatures are matter and energy. And when we die, our matter just doesn't disappear, it transforms into something else.
Like we talked about, like the law of conservation of matter, where energy can neither be destroyed or created, but it can be like transformed. I'm not a scientist.
I think ghosts can be people who've passed on. They could be good or bad energy depending on the situation, but I also think they could be like ancestors, spirits who just watch over and guide you. There are many ancestors in the Caribbean. For me, myself, I have European, African, and Indian ancestors. So the belief is that in the Caribbean, that sometimes you may get a feeling that, maybe I shouldn't go down this road, or maybe I shouldn't eat this certain food, and you're like, that's the ancestors telling me, nope, don't go there. But some people could believe that it's God, it's an angel, but most of the time some people are like, yeah, those are the ancestors.
I think a ghost is the spirit of a deceased person. Yeah. I think I really like Asian traditions where under certain living persons can form spirit entities as well, so I'm down with that. But I think kind of old school to say specific ghost, that a ghost, let's say a ghost is a spirit entity of any person. So if you create a ghost through your fixations through your life, very Japanese no drama, fantastic stuff. So yeah, so I'm kind of, that's how I would define ghosts.
That is a heavy question. I don't know if I believe in anything like a soul, but I know a lot of people say that it is a soul. And I don't know much about energy and science, but I know energy can't be destroyed. So I feel like in the event that you see ghosts at a place where a lot of bad things have happened, like people say abandoned hospitals are haunted, abandoned mental asylums and stuff. I feel like if a lot of bad things and pain and negative energy happened there, then maybe that's why there's still lingering effects of that energy.
I personally think ghosts are spirits or souls of people that have, in a way, remained on Earth instead of going to heaven or leaving this place.
Ghosts just like, after people die, they, some people say it's like the energy, whatever the positive or negative energy, but for me, it's like soul. Like, the body we have right now is just like in reality, but after we die, after people die, human die, the soul will leave this body. Maybe they will just try to go to another place to take another body. Like, it's not take another people's body, just like the baby, they will go to hospital to reborn again. But it depends.